Good afternoon. I'd like to once again welcome you to Wat Mongkoltepmunee Buddhist Temple Unity Week celebration. My name is Mark Peterkin. I'm a member of the community. So let me tell you a bit about this temple. The mission of the temple is twofold: to promote the teachings, practice and understanding of Buddhism to the Bensalem community and beyond. To promote the use of meditation, teach about Thai culture and ceremonies and the Thai language. Now, if you're here last year, I talked about the Four Noble Truths. If you remember, those were life is suffering, suffering comes from desire, suffering stops when you can get rid of that desire, and then you follow the Eightfold Path is the way to remove those sufferings. So the Eightfold Path from last year was right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. And I'd urge you to look those up on Google and read about them. This year, I thought I'd tell you a bit about the buildings and cover a teaching by Lord Buddha that I think is especially relevant to the trials and tribulations that we're going through today. Okay. We will now light the candles. Let me introduce the resident monks. Phra Ratanamedhee, Phra Achachai, Phra Lao Tong, Phramaharachamangkalajarn, and Phra Ratanamedhee, who's behind the camera.
Ase kha dhamma parita dhamma ริตารามนาธรรมามหคตารามนาธรรมอัปปมาณารามนาธรรมเยนาธรรมมัชฌิมาธรรมปณิตาธรรมเมจฉาตนิยตาธรรมสัมมาตนิยตาธรรมอนิยตาธรรมมาการามนาธรรมมาคเหตุกาธรรมมาคาธิปติโนธรรมอุปนนาธรรมอนุปันนาธรรมอุปาทิโนธรรมอธิตาธรรมอนาคตธรรมปัจจุบันนาธรรมอดีตารามนาธรรมอนาคตารามนาธรรมปัจจุบันนารามนาธรรมอาจาตาธรรมปหิตาธรรมอาจาตปหิตาธรรมอาจาตารามนาธรรมปหิตารามนาธรรมอาจาตปหิตารามนาธรรมสนิทาสนะสัพพติกาธรรมอนิทาสนะสัพพติกาธรรมอนิทาสนะปฏิกาธรรมตุปัจจโยธรรมนปัจจโยอธิปติปัจจโยอนันตลปัจจโยสมนันตลปัจจโยสัจจตปัจจโยอัญญมัญญปัจจโยเนสยปัจจโยปเนสยปัจจโยปุเรชาตปัจจโยปัจฉาชาตปัจจโยอาเสวนปัจจโยกรรมปัจจโยวิปากปัจจโยอาหารปัจจโยอินทรียปัจจโยญาณปัจจโยมรรคปัจจโยสัมปยุตตปัจจโยวิปยุตตปัจจโยอาทิปัจจโยนาทิปัจจโยวิคตปัจจโยอวิคตปัจจโย
We will now present the robes. The symbolism of giving these robes is that the cloth was very highly prized during Buddha's time. So the giving of these beautiful robes is very significant. The monks will now chant, recognizing the gifts and blessing you with good health, happiness and prosperity.
สังฆาราอุปาทวยธรรมิโนอุปจิตวานิรุชันติเตสังอุปสมโมสุโภภ
Uboso, the focal point of the temple where monks are ordained and high religious ceremonies take place. It is surrounded by 8 boundary stones called sima that surround the Uboso and delineate the consecrated ground. Buried below each marker is a stone sphere called a luk nimit, which has been blessed and wards off evil spirits. A big part of Buddhism is meditation, and it plays an integral part of the daily routine of the monks at our temple. Meditation allows for relaxation and a peaceful mind. It reduces stress, increases clarity, and makes you more content. Anyone can meditate, and when we reopen, we will have classes on Friday and Saturday. I would like to talk about a Buddhist teaching called the 2 arrows that I think has a lot of value in these days. During these difficult times, we're seeing a lot of people hurting and in pain. People who have lost their loved ones, people who have lost their jobs, can't get enough to eat, maybe losing their housing. And it is like being struck by an arrow. The pain we feel, we liken it to an arrow. The problem is that for many people, they also inflict a second arrow. And that may be because of shame. After learning of a friend or a spouse or somebody who had real problems, they inflict upon themselves a shame as, why couldn't I do more? Why am I so weak? Why am I crying? Why can't I react to this pain? Well, there may be anger. Why didn't the doctors do more to save my friend? Why didn't we help these people? It may also be a what if. What if I'd done this? What if I'd worn a mask? What if I'd washed my hands more often? What if I hadn't gone shopping? What if I hadn't done this? And finally, maybe a fear. Maybe fear that, am I going to be the next one to suffer? To catch COVID, to lose my job, to lose my house. And so, Lord Buddha taught this as a second arrow, a self-inflicted arrow that causes you pain and anguish. And he said that the first arrow is inevitable. You will always see pain. You will always feel pain. But that second arrow is not inevitable. And it is preventable. And you have to understand that. You have to recognize the first arrow, but also recognize that you shouldn't inflict more pain and more suffering on yourself. So what do we do about that? We can recognize this second arrow, and through recognizing it, lessen our pain. And what that does is that gives us clarity to be able to focus on the sufferings of the first arrow. We can acknowledge it and work to alleviate it. We can help those that have lost loved ones. We can console them. We can contact people who are lonely and talk with them. We can offer food to those who do not have food. We can offer money to those that do not have money. But what we can do, by just focusing on the first arrow, is we can focus all our energy on solving the problems of that first arrow.